Welcome back to the Folly Town Drama Draft. Subscribe right now or BlackRock is gonna trick you into giving them money. You're cooked! In today's episode, Asmongold got a girlfriend and he shitted all over the place. Hassan Piker is ultimate dog shocker Zeus. Hassan is obsessed with more Pegasus. Streamers are losing in the public eye and they keep getting worse and absolutely embarrassing themselves. And then it gets even worse. Valkyrie and Cinna are getting roasted for being professors at the cringe streamers university. Like this video right now. Let's get it on. Starting off with Asmongold absolutely embarrassing himself because of his gross poops.
Oh my, 1.2 million views. Jesus Christ, guys.
That's a lot of views.
I really don't know what to say.
Context.
You don't fucking do anything. There. Oh, hi. Hello. Hi, how you doing? Just, shit. Oh, I'm about to kill him.
For the viewers at home, it appears Asmongold's increasingly pointed critiques of the state of Israel have moved Benjamin Netanyahu to dispatch what those of us in the industry call a handler, a flattering investment, truly. Regrettably, nobody
He definitely
briefed
needs one of
Benjamin
those.
on one small operational detail. Asmongold holds virtually no authority over what gets posted on YouTube. He is, in every sense that matters, our employee. Kindly redirect all future handlers to management.
I was gonna go pee earlier.
Yeah? What about it? Is it...
What happened to your toilet? It's
He
unusable.
shitted in it.
What? I mean, it's unusable.
It's like the biggest dookie stain.
Oh fuck, I was right. Holy shit.
There is. I can't use it.
I thought this was a serious video. Damn. I got
You
clickbaited.
guys know, right? They know.
All right, guys. I gotta take a break. I gotta relax.
Yeah, you definitely need to.
So, yesterday I was not on. I don't want to address the clip. I don't want to talk about it. The first thing I did yesterday when I got
He's
up
a big old poopy
cleaned
boy.
the entire thing. I can get her to confirm that. It was cleaned in the morning. I was going to clean it, but I forgot because I was playing video games, okay? Like, that's just the truth. That's what happened. Cleaning lady,
Hey, it happens
I was
to the best
cleaning
of
lady.
us.
I did it myself.
But of course, there were consequences after this transgression.
I guess that's really it. Let me see. Oh yeah, Hassan, also very funny. Listen to what Hassan said about this. No.
Where is this from?
No, there's not.
There is.
It's kind of unbelievable. And he is chopped as shit. What the fuck's going on? What the hell is going on in Texas? Is this a Texas thing? What
Asmongold
is happening?
can't get a girlfriend. Hassan can't.
No, I don't know anything. Like going on your stream, for instance, it would go a lot smoother. No, I'm not. I don't even want the secondary contact.
The secondary.
Not that it was ever
shut
offered or
up.
anything, but-
Shut up. I never want to hear another clip from Hassan or his community ever again about how I'm misogynist. I never want to hear this ever again.
Old enough to
Yeah.
count, old enough to mount? Question mark?
Fuck.
I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut. Don't even try to hide it. Look, this is
She
a class.
was underage at this time, by the way.
He cleaned up the poopy for her.
I went to a watch store with a girl, and she bought me the gayest, most rinky-dink, annoying, stupid-ass watch, and then she made me wear it for the rest of the day. I still have it in my bathroom.
What do you mean the ugliest, rinky-dink, annoying?
Guys, do not fall for it. Not today, Benjamin. Not today.
We might be losing our boy, guys. He's done got himself a girlfriend. He's gone. There is no more Asmongold. Hey, maybe he'll have a baby. That'd be based. Moving on! Hassan Piker continues to be called out for shocking his dog.
It's actually crazy to me. Guys, we're still on this. Hassan claims it was a vibration collar.
Hassan shocked his dog. The story doesn't need much introduction. Hassan's dog, Kaya, appeared to yelp on stream when he reached for something on his desk.
Shocked
and the
his
internet
dog.
exploded
He
with
can't
speculation
stop.
that he used a shock collar on her. Hassan.
Maybe skip this one? No, I mean, I don't care at this point. This is fucking bullshit.
Everybody thinks that you zapped the dog, man.
The irony is Fox News also destroyed Collargate.
Did they?
Because they snapped paparazzi pictures outside of my fucking house of Kaya going on a walk, and people figured out that it was a vibe collar. As I've been saying, it was a vibe collar.
He changed the zapper after the incident. Oh my god. Are we really gonna
At a certain point,
this?
most people are going to be like, why are
Yes.
you... Like, it's very clear that this guy doesn't abuse his dog.
And so apparently this is this true?
Okay, I think they can hear it, right?
Oh my god, it's right there, isn't it?
He still got it. Why would you
And
be
he
using that
moves it
still?
off- Dude.
Like, even if it is just a vibration collar, why would you still be using it? Use some other method.
And do you remember Destiny?
Go, boy. Oh,
I swear I
fuck.
didn't mean to do that. How would the paparazzi have debunked anything? So the paparazzi, the reason why he says it was debunked is because they took a photo of a person walking Hassan's dog, and the person walking his dog was wearing a red one. XQC also leaked more info. We are never going to let this die, are we?
No.
He feels slighted.
Absolutely
He feels
not.
fucked up about the decisions that he made in his life.
Who?
That caused
What about the decision to shock the dog, though? And what about the decision to enter that brothel, though? You shot your dog, and it's fucking obvious. Everybody knows it.
I mean, it's gotta bother him on some level that, like, if you search Asmongold, you get, and to be fair, you also get room. And when you search Hassan, you get dog. I mean, I bet he's mad.
What about the one where he pulled the dog backwards by its tail?
Yep.
Was he role-playing fucking Mario? In
Even if he didn't shock his dog, he is a known dog abuser for multiple other instances.
Mario 64 with Bowser when he spins him around with the tail? I mean, what's the justification?
He was crying last week that you are the reason
man.
coworker Wig doesn't invite him to events anymore.
Well, I mean, okay. I wasn't crying about it.
Oh, are they trying to loop Ludwig into this now? Oh my god.
I was in. If anybody
I think that's
has
what it
the
was.
proof, it's Lud, and he still flips. I think it's odd as
The
fuck.
power and influence.
He has the proof.
Am I? The last time I spoke to Ludwig, that we were talking about the fucking Hassan dog collar shit. He had admitted to me that has been not presented to the public, that nobody knows about. I'm not gonna leak any of that because that's still private.
Wait, there's private information about this still?
But if
Of course there is.
anybody knows what the fuck is, Ludwig knows absolutely the one piece of information that nobody else has. Insane.
Ludwig has the one piece that will condemn Hassan, but he won't. Oh my god.
I mean,
I don't really
Release
give a shit
the
if he calls me a
Kaya
dog
files.
shocker.
That's what they're saying.
You're not the dog shocker, you're the dog Zeus. You're the Zeus. You're the master of lightning.
Ludwig has
Oh,
the
fuck.
only piece of information. And I'm assuming that the reason why Ludwig will never say is that it's probably information that he got secondhand from his girlfriend.
I looked at the collar. The collar is taped off.
I can just imagine Hassan watching this. No, don't say that. No.
Whatever, dude. He's a fucking animal. He's a dumb, low IQ, disgusting little animal.
Oh,
and
no.
his audience must also be the same. Actually, they're lower. They're lower than he is
Just
somehow.
always crying.
Because they choose to fucking watch him.
Not me. They're not watching me, but they're watching him. Why did they do that? He's stupid.
Dude, Hassan is actually fucking pathetic. Moving on. Hassan Piker is absolutely obsessed with more Pegasus, and his audience has had enough.
Bro, why do you keep talking about Pegasus in Singapore? I literally never heard of this guy. Ha ha ha. Some canings have to take place.
Welcome back
Whoa.
to a series so regular. Even Mordecai and Rigby subscribed in
Hell
today's
yeah.
video.
Like me
Hassan
regular
is
show.
back losing his mind over my videos, going on a 1-hour crash out. He's once again trying to get me arrested, beaten up, and potentially executed for making YouTube videos
We're still
on a
doing
public
this?
figure. After finding out I live in Singapore, he keeps hyper fixating on it, constantly bringing it up. I wonder why. He randomly starts saying he's a billionaire, trillionaire investor, and he's keeping his valuable import-export business from Singapore because of me, and his entire chat spams this one meme for an hour straight. He starts pulling up government accounts, following them, trying to get his fans to spam them with false reports. Actual psycho. He keeps saying that I need to be caned and brutally beaten up because that's the only way he'd bring his business there. You mean your business
What?
of supporting a bunch of terrorists? Hassan is desperately trying to signal boost one of the only commentary videos defending him from a channel with 3K subs. The never-ending lies about the day he shocked his dog continue. He claims it's been completely debunked and he had a vibration collar.
Lying is OP, as I say all the time.
It is.
He's now claiming his biggest strength is his inability to
Lying is how you trick a bunch of stupid people or get other liars to lie with you.
a lie. S tier rage bait. XQC responds to Hassan's massive crash out at him, calling him a selfish, horrible person. He debunks Colorgate and calls him out for getting mad at Ludwig for not being his friend. Subscribe so more people know what a deranged loony this guy actually is.
Dude,
Listen,
he's just
I wanted to
constantly
move
crying.
on, but if you're gonna keep talking shit, I mean, I gotta respond.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, so Hassan is once again gone on a 1-hour rant about me on stream, trying to get me beaten up, arrested. So in case you guys missed the lore, quick recap. A while back, Hassan threatened to sue me for making videos criticizing him.
Not entirely certain if that's there's a statute for cyber stalking in general. If you know like a good Singaporean lawyer, something like that, it'd be nice to try and figure out if I could pursue litigation.
He's still on
of
this?
sorts.
He also started reading out laws that don't apply to the situation at all and started talking about beatings and executions in an attempt to get his deranged lunatic fans to spam false reports, harass anybody and everybody that is possibly associated with me in any capacity.
X writes a letter containing threatening words, or maybe a YouTube video. The country carried out 11 executions in 2022, 5 in 2023, 8 in 2024, and reached a 22-year high of 17 executions in 2025. Oh my God, you're about to get caned, big dog.
Bro.
Now after that, he
Oh, that was old stuff? Well, he still talks about that kind of shit.
got so much backlash, he completely backed out of it. Everybody clowned on him. He dropped the lawsuit, and then he turned around and said it was actually a joke. He was only pretending to be regarded. Anyways, I've been trying to move on from Hassan and talk about all sorts of stuff because he's getting pretty boring, but it seems like he wants me to talk about him because obviously I gotta respond when you're being a lunatic. Right, so let's check this out.
Hey, Hassan, does more Pegasus videos of intense bullying and harassment ever cause you not to eat and lose sleep? All the time. Thank you for asking.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real. And
Pathetic.
worst of all, this is a fairly large
That's not even true. Like, look at his face. He's lying like a fucking garbage piece of shit.
community of business-minded individuals, as you know. A fairly large community of business-minded individuals who are titans in their own might, in their own right, across numerous sectors. And interestingly enough, most of it revolving around logistics and shipping and ports. And so it's not just about me wanting to no longer do business in the beautiful nation state of Singapore because I'm genuinely fearful for my safety and security, but it's also this entire community this
guy is a
designed
huge
around
piece of shit.
shipping, international shipping and commerce. A lot of importers and exporters that also probably feel a sense of reluctance utilizing Singaporean ports as a direct consequence of the insecurity that they feel about more Pegasus's YouTube videos. And remember, I wear suits and everyone in my audience also does that as well. And a suit is a sign of someone who is invested in the import-export industry, in the import-export field. Did you say logistics? I'm working out some deals with the Port of Singapore right now. Wow, I didn't realize your stream was so business-minded. Yeah.
Wow, hilarious, man. Real funny guy. See, the problem here is that Hassan has hidden intentions because later on in the stream, he starts talking about caning and trying to get me beaten up, like legitimately. This fucking guy will pull up these statistics about executions and then say it's a joke, right? He'll hide behind, lol, 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 I'm just joking. I didn't actually want you to die. But then if it did happen, it would be pretty funny. In fact, Hassan would probably dance on your grave. He'd probably do the same thing he did to Charlie Kirk, justify it in a billion ways and just, spit on his grave, essentially. And the funniest part about all of this is I'm not even a political op. I don't even do politics. This is literally mainstream internet drama. You came so much into the normie culture through shocking your dog and whatnot that everybody just doesn't like you. Anyways, so somehow this went on for an entire hour and somebody actually comments and tells him to stop. One of his fans says, bro, why do you keep talking about Pegasus and Singapore? I literally have never heard of this guy. Can someone explain, please, why Hassan keeps talking about this Pegasus guy? I literally never heard of him. Why does he give so much attention to this single person?
That's because more Pegasus, or just Pegasus, whatever, lives rent-free in Hassan's head. Absolutely pathetic.
why not ignore whoever that is like he does with everyone else? Wow. Why not do that? Why not take your fucking chatter's advice? I'll tell you why. Because he's obsessed and he knows I'm literally right about everything. He cannot find a single lie, a single instance of defamation or slander or anything like that, despite the fact that we can point to numerous instances of Hassan slandering everybody.
He was literally like, he had the liar's face. And Pegasus, I've been watching his videos. I think I've watched literally every single video of the Legendary series by this point. And the only time there is, in quotes, a lie from Pegasus, it's just a meme. And it's an obvious meme.
On a routine basis. The reason he's so salty is because he cannot handle the truth. The simple telling of the truth completely destroys his reputation because he's not a good person. And at this point, even your own fans are telling you, you're fucking obsessed, please stop. They unironically are the few people who actually watch you for your politics, and they're like, yeah, I want to watch his politics, but he's hyper-fixated.
By the way, politics are on their way out, especially for independent creators. He's going to be crashing out very, very soon because he's going to be losing followers and money and views, and he's going to stop being promoted so much because everybody knows he's a fucking terrorist supporter, and they don't want that. They don't want that kind of heat because they're trying to stay afloat. They're trying to stay above the water. Places, you know, like CNN and whatnot, MSNBC or whatever the fuck it's called now. What is it, like MS Now?
Fixated on this Pegasus guy. I'm not used to having brain cells around me. Like I can't listen to this guy. This is like outside my echo chamber.
If any of you are currently regularly posting or consuming a community that's based around negative interest in something, it's unhealthy. Being obsessed with things is fine. Being negatively obsessed with things you don't like is one of the worst things you could do for your mental health. Yes. For example, this community is positively obsessed with shipping and shipping routes, specifically around Singapore. This community is obsessed with logistics. This community is obsessed with commerce, free flow, and free trade all across the planet, okay? And as a community obsessed with these Singaporean ports, we hate what More Pegasus has done. I'm an executive chef, and I was thinking about opening up 10 restaurants in Singapore, but after everything you've been saying, I don't know if I should anymore.
What?
Don't give up on Singapore's beauty, and don't give up on serving as an executive chef.
That dude's full of shit.
The great people of Singapore, minus More Pegasus, right? Misinformation, incorrect data entry like that.
I'll take things that didn't happen for $200.
That boils my logistics industry blood. Bro, why do you keep talking about Pegasus in Singapore? I literally never heard of this guy. Ha ha ha. Can someone explain, please, why Hassan keeps talking? We're joking. It's called memes, okay? That's what we're doing. But what's not a meme is our love for shipping, commerce, and logistics. What's not a meme and not a joke is art. Look at the suit. What does the suit tell you? That I'm a business guy.
No.
Okay.
It tells me that you're pathetic and you're trying to look professional because everybody was making fun of you for the Nick Fuentes thing. And now you're just trying to be Nick Fuentes.
I'm a numbers guy, and I really like doing numbers, specifically in the beautiful nation state of Singapore. Are you confused about the passion that this community has for doing business in Singapore and its ports and the opening of straits and making sure that free flow of commerce transits through the Strait of Malacca?
Oh my God, dude. I mean, I'm surprised you're interested in ports at all, because weren't you supporting the Houthis bombing a bunch of ships and killing innocent civilians? Because, I don't know, you seem to support terrorism a lot, so maybe you tell the government about that one, huh? I cannot get over this absolute cartoon character villain that I have to deal with. Never in my life would I think that I would have to be internet fighting a fucking man-child 35-year-old, a decade older than me, desperately trying to get me actually beaten up and locked up. The fact that your own fans are begging you, like, please talk about politics, not Pegasus. Like, I'm here for your horrible politics. But Hassan just insists, I love Pegasus. He's my favorite channel. I have to talk about him. I have to go on this one.
Imagine people watching Hassan for politics. That's just, holy shit, brain dead.
1 hour rant. So then out of nowhere, he tries to follow like a public prosecutor on Twitter. Yeah, dude, this is like beyond deranged behavior.
This public prosecutor Singapore has a Twitter account you could follow so you can see your very valid fears impacting your business. Government legal advisor, Attorney General's Chamber Singapore. Government legal advisor, public prosecutor, drafter of laws. Visit our website. Wow, that's good. This is good information. Thank you, chatter. I look. By monitoring recent activity in your coverage of Singapore Strait in the city of Batam, I've been able to lock down several contracts in the region. Thank you, sir. Yeah. And of course, this is a massive community that also love utilizing the ports, the many ports, the beautiful ports in the nation state of Singapore. Except for one man who has made our experience, this entire community that is famously business-minded and is a fan of doing commerce and doing trade with the nation state of Singapore.
Are you just going to keep saying that over and over again?
We
Holy
have felt
shit.
worried about continuing our future business with the nation
Good.
state. Potentially
Good.
billions, if not trillions of dollars of assets moving back and forth.
I mean, I guess the commie grift is really paying off. And for the one poor Hassan fan that is not following this, right? Hassan does not actually have any import-export business. He's not actually planning on doing any commerce here. This is like his one pathetic attempt at a joke, and he realized that it's more entertaining than his normal stream.
It's
so
not
he's
funny.
basically trying to joke while legitimately secretly getting his fans to actually act on false information, which is what you call actual harassment, right? Trying to get your fans to harass these social media accounts, file false reports, whatever the heck that was, attorney general's chambers. Dude, if I did something like this, he'd be crying to the heavens. He'd be like, this guy is cyber stalking me, when we're literally just criticizing a public figure, right? A prominent public figure embroiled in controversy, criticizing them as cyber stalking. Like, it's just objectively wrong. And honestly, you guys let me know, is this not completely deranged behavior? Like, the fact that you're going to specific social media accounts and desperately getting your fans to brigade it? I mean, what is wrong with you, dude? Right, so then he starts saying that I need to be caned, right? And they call me, like, more caning in his chat instead of more Pegasus. And basically, he wants me brutally beaten up for making YouTube videos on him. Totally sane audience, by the way. Totally normal people we're actually dealing with here. And he'll all hide behind, well, I'm actually joking, as he's actively, like, you know, pulling up laws, pulling up executions, pulling up fucking social media accounts, legitimately getting his fucking fans to spam, like, at these Twitter accounts away.
And we all know what he's doing when he's talking about executions. He wants his fans to execute Pegasus.
Whatever.
Always have to think twice about bringing my businesses to the beautiful nation state of Singapore, which I love and admire. I'm a businessman. I'm wearing a suit. Okay. Some canings have to take place for me to reconsider moving billions of dollars of assets that I have. Businessman with the suit, clearly. Okay. I have a very diverse portfolio of assets. Many.
Does he think this is funny? Because it's just cringe.
Of which I would like to move to the beautiful nation state of Singapore, known for its ports.
Dude, no joke. This guy unironically does this for the entire stream. He thought this was the funniest joke of all time. He was like, you know, damn, my stream is so dog shit and so boring, and I'm so unentertaining. My viewers are constantly leaving. I need to talk about Pegasus. I need to up those numbers, you know? Let me talk about the ports. Let me talk about Singapore. And I just find it crazy this guy has the audacity to talk shit. Buddy, aren't you getting investigated by the U.S. government for your talks with state-sponsored terrorist orgs? Aren't you supposed to be getting subpoenaed? Like, how about you worry about...
Yeah, and what about that China thing, man? And it just came out that China was funding anti-American sentiment, and it's just funny that, Asmongold. It's funny that Hassan Piker went to China. State-sponsored.
Your own shit. Weren't you stopped by border security? I just find it insane that Mr. ACAB, Mr. Hater of Police here, just suddenly really wants the police to do something about all of his haters, essentially. And I feel like what's going on is that the walls are closing in on him. He's getting banned from countries left and right. He's getting investigated for his relentless support of terrorism, his disgusting racism, getting bipartisan bills condemning him, all of this stuff. He's like flailing around, like flopping like a fish out of water. And he's like, oh shit, I need to take somebody else down with me. Desperately trying to claw at anybody, any of his haters, I suppose, which is like everybody. And I guess I'm just like a prominent one. I guess I'm too entertaining, so he thinks he needs to take me down. And you gotta love his like deranged chat, dude. Get him caned. We're just joking, guys. We're just joking. Get him caned. Get him executed. Of course, perhaps even more canings. That's my new name now.
I think he's just hoping that one of his deranged fans would just get rid of you. But I don't think that he has any fans in Singapore. because those people would probably be arrested and caned themselves.
Apparently. And the funniest part about all of this, on the 0.0001% chance that this deranged psycho is even allowed into Singapore, which I highly doubt it, considering they don't like fucking radical terrorist supporters, as should any country, not, you know, like somebody like that who wants to disturb the peace or even, you know, incite racial tensions, being a explicit racist like he is. But you would be the one more likely to be caned in this scenario, I'd say.
Right.
Because making YouTube videos and a public figure, operating solely based on the facts, and actually using your own public clip.
Yeah, and I could see him in public being like, "You're a fascist! You're a bunch of fascists! Just wait until my publicist hears about this!"
Is not actually cyber stalking at all. Not to mention that the punishment for that wouldn't even be that, obviously, but this guy's just completely deranged. Also, I don't think people get executed for making YouTube videos. That's more likely for drugs, you fucking moron. So after he continues his like constant rant, somebody tells him that, hey dude, it's probably not a good look to do this, to constantly talk about canings and executions while yourself being this, you know, complete lunatic who's advocating murder. So probably not a good idea, right?
I worry, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, I worry if they can't follow the law about cyber stalking and harassment and slander, I think to myself, will they follow the law and protect my capital and my assets? I didn't want to say this, but that is a big fear that I have. I'm currently, as it stands, holding back my import-export desires.
Because he's a businessman. Yeah.
Decision as it stands currently. We will reconsider this community of import exporters. Yeah, we've all been through this. You're not alone. Yeah. Singapore is a place you shouldn't mess with, probably.
Yeah.
What? Baby, this is not a great move, Hassan. We literally do not need you to do this. What are you saying?
What are you saying,
you're a moron?
bro? Are you trying to have dissent in this chat right now? Are you trying to say that I shouldn't be an immature man-child, 35 years old, trying to pick on my critics because I don't like what they're saying? God, please tell me that I am not like this at the age of 35. Holy shit.
35?
A decade older than me, and he hasn't learned common sense. Hasn't learned boundaries, hasn't learned not to weaponize his audience like this in actual harassment. This definitely qualifies as actual harassment. And you just know that this is going to backfire so bad. I don't know if he was actually being honest that he genuinely wanted to visit Singapore. Like, he did say that before all of the memeing as well. So he genuinely actually did want to come here. So I feel like he genuinely knows that there is zero fucking chance that he's actually going to be like welcomed on a red carpet, like at his 5-star hotel or whatever. In fact, if I had to guess, the very opposite might happen. You're probably going to get banned from yet another country. So how likely is Hassan to be banned from Singapore? It is almost 100% certainty that Hassan would be barred if he applied for a visa. Piker's rhetorical history violates Singapore's core national safety red lines in 3 distinct ways. Reasons for a probable entry ban: zero tolerance for terrorist sympathy. Oh, no. He's cooked on that. This is like his last desperate attempt to go after his critics and just sort of try to act tall, try to act tough or whatever. Yeah.
He is preemptively banned from Singapore.
Yeah, so his fans responded 80% video reaction, 20% Singapore business. I love how he always brings it back to what matters: doing commerce in the beautiful nation state of Singapore. Listen, it's an all right meme or whatever. I would rather you do it without trying to spam harass, authorities, or bringing up canings and executions. That, like, I'm okay with memeing. Obviously, I make a bunch of.
I guarantee you that there are people that tried to swat more Pegasus that are like Hassan fans, and it just didn't work. Unless, it did work and he just hasn't said anything about it.
Jokes. He's allowed to make a bunch of jokes. But I feel like he tries to get intensely personal with it. And imagine if I did this. Imagine if I told, I'm not even going to say it, but imagine if I did the equivalent in America. And the thing is, Hassan has no fans here. He cannot even do anything. But all of my fans are in the US, right? One of us has vastly more power here in regards to such sort of things, right? How does this affect Singaporean commerce? It's actually crazy. The Singapore business skits were genuinely hilarious. Sometimes Hassan can really strike gold with the chat. I mean, I'm glad I could provide some entertainment to his boring fucking stream. Half of this react is just Hassan doing the Singapore bit. Like, dude, 5-hour reaction literally spends all of it just on a tangent about me. The Singapore Pegasus bit is so funny every time. What do you mean every time? How many times has this guy done it? Is he actually doing this every fucking stream? I don't keep up. Like, I was only sent this by one of you guys who happened to like see what, like, a part of it or something on Twitter or something. But like, how many times has he done this? Is this like every stream? Is he legitimately trying to make something happen? Like, oh my god.
And we wouldn't know unless we watched 8 hours of a stream every single day.
Yo, U.S. authorities, fucking pipe up that investigation real quick. Like, you were already subpoenaing him. This is already part of something that's happening. So, yeah, I would like to expedite that really quickly because, yeah, this guy's getting annoying as fuck. I need a compilation of all the Pegasus bits back to back, lol. Even your fans, the only entertaining part about your stream is me. It's literally just me. Anyways, man, hope you check yourself into the nearest mental institution because legitimately this is insane, bro. Right, so it turns out his son has decided to watch a video from a channel with 3K subs. This is one of his only people supporting him on YouTube, one of his only commentary supporters, and this is the way he gets people to glaze him. Basically, what he does is he reacts to their videos and he artificially boosts their metrics, their comment sections, their views, and they get spammed with a bunch of positive comments from his fans, and they're incentivized to glaze him even more. And
probably a bunch of his fans buy like view bots and shit, make it even worse.
Obviously, if you let people organically form their opinions, they all hate Hassan. So anyways, this is like a 4-hour video and Hassan is crashing out at basically everybody. So let's start with the infamous dog shocking controversy. And the thing is, even the creator of this video actually admitted that he thinks that Hassan shocked his dog. That's how bad it actually got. Hassan claims it was a vibration color at the center of Colorgate, not a shock collar. Oh, brother, it's been a year.
Hassan shocked his dog. The story doesn't need much introduction. Hassan's dog, Kaya, appeared to yelp on stream when he reached for something on his desk, and the internet exploded with speculation that he used a shock collar on her. This prompted one of the most frenzied online news cycles ever about Hassan.
Maybe skip this one? No, I mean, I don't care at this point. Literally, either people believe it, don't give a shit. People believe it, do give a shit, but don't care about it as much. Or people don't believe it, and understandably, there are plenty of people in this community who are like, this is fucking bullshit. But there are also people who don't believe it and keep advancing it. Okay? And I would go so far as to say that...
Yeah, I don't even care because you lie about everything and you are a terrorist supporter. But he straight up did shock his dog. There's no doubt about it.
People who keep pushing this beyond like memes, beyond jokes, which many people are just doing memes at this point.
Dog abuse is actually not a joke. We're joking about you, not the dog abuse, you fucking piece of shit.
Because that's just what it is. But it's just a meme at this point. But there are people who will go, why are you laughing about this? This is serious. This is serious. You're a fucking dog abuser. You're a dog abuser. And the irony is those people are oftentimes in this column. And therefore, nobody takes them seriously.
And shock collars, while not my preference, are a legal and still somewhat widely used training tool. This is basically the dog equivalent of spanking a child. You can disagree.
The irony is Fox News also destroyed shock collar gate.
I treat my dog like she is actually a child. I would never do anything like that. I don't even like to spank her. It doesn't work anyway. You can't spank my dog. She's too big and too thick-skinned. If you spank her, then she just like shivers because she likes it. You can hit her as hard as you want to.
Because they snap paparazzi pictures outside of my fucking house of Kaya going on a walk, and people figured out that it was a vibe collar. As I've been saying, it was a vibe collar. But it is kind of funny that, you know, everyone stopped talking about that. They just don't give a fuck.
Agree with it, and I do also. But the idea that this represents some pattern of abuse is pretty silly. And if Hassan does use a shock collar and then lied about it, I kind of get why. Considering the situation led to some people filing reports. So I don't know, man, this obviously isn't ideal. But to me, even as someone who doesn't eat meat...
Yeah, he falls in the camp if he did it, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, dude, everybody moved on. Everybody forgot about it. This is why we are an entire year later and people are still talking about it. And I feel like the dog shocking controversy is the best litmus test for Hassan, right? When an event is captured on camera, can he actually be honest about it? And he can't. He can't. This should invalidate every single thing he's ever said because he cannot accept reality. Also, I love how his own chat is like, "Oh yeah, this video is great, but please skip this section, Hassan." Like, I can't deal with this guy actually saying that, hey, he did actually shock his dog.
We can't hear the truth.
By the way, the argument is that He shot the
hurts
dog,
us.
but it doesn't matter though because he actually secretly treats his dog well. So you admit that Hassan
That's
is a
fucking
giant
insane.
fucking liar. I mean, and you're still gargling his dick like crazy. So Hassan went that Fox News destroyed Colorgate, and this is because they photographed him outside his house an entire year later, right? Guys, he didn't commit the murder because I saw him at a bar 1 year later and he didn't have the murder weapon at that time.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous,
He didn't actually
man.
shoot anyone at that time, so he's innocent. Literally brain dead logic. Even Hassan knows this. It's just a pathetic fucking desperate attempt to lie about it. Also, he's still calling it a vibe color or vibration color. Dude, for the love of God,
Vibes.
the company manufacturer came out and said it was a shock collar.
We have the creator of the collar, confirming it's one of the shocking ones. We have people proving you can remove the prongs with ease. Then there are channels that have literally overlaid the schematics of the collars, showing how it's 100% a shocking one.
Legitimately the most consistent liar in potentially all of human history. This is ridiculous. Hassan's number one glazer, Mr. Eric. Yeah, and Hassan has clearly been proven innocent on the shock collar conspiracy like 500 times at this point. Fox showed that it was a vibration collar, and let's be clear here. Anyone who reads this comment, the dog has a better life than you, okay? Well, I don't think being forced to stay in a spot for 10 hours a day and getting relentlessly shocked if you dare to move is a better life than any of us, to be honest. You have the best life, though, you know, just constantly fucking firmly grasping that cock. Are you just hoping to get on the next More Pegasus video again with comments like these? At this point, I think yes. He's pretty happy he's become like a celebrity now. You're welcome, Mr. Eric. You're not getting paid, though. People posting the excuse list. I mean, this did more.
The more he becomes known, the more people are going to push back against him. People like Logan Paul and Jake Paul more than this fucking garbage piece of shit, because at least they don't support terrorism, and when they do something wrong, they apologize for it.
More damage to his reputation than anything humanly possible, because everybody loves dogs and everybody hates liars, and that's the perfect storm.
Yep.
So then Hassan talks about his biggest strength, his inability to lie.
Shame on you. Okay? Fucking shame on you.
Absolute rage
Shame.
bait. Hassan says his biggest strength and weakness is his charitability and that he's unable to lie due to his crippling self-doubt.
I think my biggest strength and my biggest weakness is my predisposition towards redemption. It's my biggest strength, but nobody ever fucking recognizes it when it's successful, because now we have more allies.
Dude, talking about your biggest strengths, he's so vain. It's ridiculous, dude. Pathetic.
But when it fails, oh my lord.
People don't recognize how awesome I am. Don't you know I'm the coolest, smartest, and most honest man alive?
When it fucking fails, nobody ever lets it go. I will never stop being charitable to people regardless until someone has shown that they are irredeemable. And I think a lot of people have a very different standard for what it is to be irredeemable. I have a much greater bandwidth for that, okay? I'm never going to stop.
You know what makes you irredeemable to me? Anti-American sentiment and terrorist support.
Being charitable to people.
I think you should be deported.
I know for a fact that this community wouldn't be what it is if I stopped doing that, if I engaged in like demands for purity, things of that nature. But you know, I do recognize it, okay? I do recognize it. I come across as stupid sometimes. I have been played a fool.
Come across as stupid?
Ross, XQC.
Oh, boy.
Ethan Klein.
Oh, the chuds stand Ethan Klein. He's just a Mossad agent, I guess. That's what Hassan thinks.
You know, there are plenty of content creators that I have been endlessly charitable to.
This is ops.
Hope that I could change them. Hope that I could change their minds. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep doing that because I hope that everyone can change their minds one day. I believe that. I sincerely believe
everybody
that.
could support terrorism.
He just doesn't care about being wrong. That's why everything he says is projecting his own actions onto everyone who injured his ego. I mean, there's got to be a fucking moment of introspection, right? Like, how the fuck do you live like this, man? I think one of my best strengths is the crippling self-doubt that I have that plagues me at times.
Holy shit.
It makes me a less skilled orator, I think, because that crippling...
You were literally just sniffing your own farts. What are you talking about, bro?
Self-doubt is always there in the back of my mind. Am I actually getting this right? Is there more information that I'm not privy privy to, right? When I'm delivering statements and shit like that. But I guess that also helps. That also helps because, like,
I just would rather be honest and just be outright wrong, and people will correct me and I'll take accountability. But he wouldn't know anything about that. He just pretends that everybody who criticizes him is a hater, which is a typical leftoid commie move.
I do check myself with regular fucking frequency. This motherfucker never does. You're a bad liar. I'm horrible at lying. I can't do it at all.
Wow, what a poor baby. He just can't lie, guys. You see the literal 50 times we've caught him blatantly bold-faced lying?
Yep.
That
because he is right. He is a terrible liar.
doesn't exist. Actually, that was all AI. You see, he's just too pure-hearted. He's just too self-critical. He's too charitable to his enemies. He can't be lying because it's against his soul, you know? It's against his morals. I can just imagine he turns off his stream and he literally starts...
What's it called whenever Muslims are allowed to lie to everybody in order to gain more power? There's a word for it. He's not actually a Muslim, but he still has a Muslim audience because terrorist support. So he's doing the Muslim thing, lying outright, and they know it, and they allow it because it's part of their religion. It says it in their book that Hassan has not read.
Starts maniacally fucking laughing that the fact that any of this bullshit is working, this complete grift, is somehow tricking his insane cult fan base. Like, he definitely has like some sort of a split personality because there's no way he's keeping a straight face while saying this. I mean, you could argue that, you know, he tries to lie and he does lie, but nobody actually believes those lies. So in that sense, yes, he does actually suck at lying. But the sheer quantity of lies makes him one of the greatest liars of all time. Because most people would give up. Like, once you get caught in a lie, it's like, you know, might as well give it up, might as well come clean, take accountability. Hassan's strategy is double down until fucking death, apparently. Like, keep doubling down until beyond the grave. Hopefully people will continue the lie, claim it's retroactively AI, that he never shocked his dog. Also, the audacity to say that he's charitable to people. Literally the most bad faith person possible says that Ethan is some weird genocide supporter, implies his wife is a baby killer, a terrorist, says me and Asmongold are Jeffrey supporters when there's complete blatant lies, zero proof to back up any of it. It's actually just insane. I'm horrible at lying. I can't do it at all. We can definitely agree on that. He's horrible at getting away with the lies. Bro, another Mr. Eric comment. Okay, I'm limiting it to like 2 to 3 per video, bro. I can't. Yeah, a lot of us were annoyed with how nice Hassan was to Ethan towards the end of their friendship. you gotta be trolling, man. Completely charitable to this guy, even though Ethan had lost the plot. But agree with Hassan on his honesty, his ideals, and his values never change. The most consistent...
Wow.
Oh my god.
This has to be a joke.
Dude, you are hilarious. Hassan lying is OP. Pika. Right, so last time we talked about Hassan's massive crash out at XQC for bringing up the Dogtober controversy. Well, XQC finally responded with his own crash out. XQC anoints Hassan as Dog Zeus over Dog Shocker after Piker went at him for being a selfish a-hole.
What about the one where he pulled the dog backwards by its tail? I mean,
what about the spike collar?
Was he playing fucking Mario in Mario 64 with Bowser when he spins him around with the tail? I mean, what's the justification behind?
Yeah, what about the spike collar with the hole in the dog's neck, and he's just allowing that to happen? I would not allow that to happen to my dog. Also, if I had a dog that I had to use a spike collar on, I just wouldn't have that dog. Holy shit!
That action, is he playing in a movie?
He feels slighted. He feels fucked up about the decisions that he made in his life that caused...
What about the decision to shock the dog, though? And what about the decision to enter that brothel, though? I mean, these two decisions, I mean, this is not something I'm doing. It's something that I'm a part of. Can only be a spectator of his actions. I mean, why is commenting on his decisions something that's going back onto me? Like, I don't go, oh, you're a piece of shit, motherfucker, whatever. Like, it's just, you know what I mean?
Is that different?
Is that I don't care that much. Like, it's just an easy jab. When you leave yourself wide open, okay, it's an easy jab. It's easy. You shot your dog, and it's fucking obvious. Everybody knows it, and every single thing that he said, he has changed it since the moment that he said it. So every time that there's an opportunity, I take the jab. Why? Because it's so easy for him to heal himself from all of that by just admitting, atoning, and moving on.
I don't really give a shit if he calls me a dog shocker. X was also trying to poison the...
You're not the dog shocker, you're the dog Zeus, okay? Buddy, you're the Zeus. You're the master of lightning, buddy. Like, you're not just a shocker. Like,
he is Raiden.
The fact that he's still hiding it is fucking abysmal. Like, I don't know how... Bro, I wouldn't be able to fucking sleep at night.
No, you don't understand. He just can't lie. He doesn't have the ability to lie. Actually, a witch put a spell on him that if he ever lies, he will spontaneously combust. What a poor guy. Never lied in his life, not even once. The most honest man alive.
Never
Gandhi
ever
actually learned from Hassan what true honesty is. But dogs...
Actually, Hassan Piker is the most honest, most beautiful person of all time.
Zeus is...
Just look at his suit and all of his money. And the business he has... millions of dollars in the ports and whatever the fuck.
Crazy though. You think dogs around the world are now all aware of Hassan? Maybe Hassan was right. Like, Kaya is the massage. He just told all the other dogs. Honestly, Kaya will be hailed as like a hero among dogs if she survives the relentless fucking shocking from this guy. And the torture she endures, you know, having to be in that room, being forced to watch Hassan streams for 10
Dude, this one's diabolical. Holy shit.
plus hours. That's a fate that nobody deserves. So then he calls him out for getting mad at Ludwig for calling him a coworker.
He's crying last week that you are the reason coworker Wig doesn't invite him to events anymore.
Like, do you think I would ever want to hold my friends in a position where they have to lie for me? Otherwise, dude, fuck everybody around. Don't invite these guys. Don't hang out with these guys. Because, no, I wouldn't do that shit.
4.5 years. Wow.
No, I wouldn't. No, I do have proof of multiple events in the past that I don't hold grudges against people who don't do this shit. I mean, I don't even hold grudges against people that, I'm not gonna say it.
By a guy who had to distance himself from me by being like, he's my coworker, I wouldn't go to his funeral, I actually don't like the guy.
Based.
The fuck? Again, none of that shit even makes sense. I'm not even at the event. Am I capable of stopping Ludwig from disinviting or uninviting XUC? How the fuck does that work? Perhaps it's because he's kind
it's just
of an
the
asshole.
energy.
And by that, I'm not talking about...
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. How hard is it to understand that when you take hard stances about how your friends react to your shit, okay, the people that react the other way, you make them an enemy for everybody that you've told.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that in order to be friends with Hassan, you basically gotta agree with him on his politics, agree with him on almost everything, or he's just gonna try to make your life hell. You just can't be friends.
Yeah, you have to be a, what do you call it? A wine drinking socialist? What is it? A party socialist? He's just a socialist at parties, but when he's actually existing and at home, he's a capitalist. He's just lying because stupid people will follow him because they think that they're socialist, because they think they can have a socialist society, and that just will not work. They think that they'll have stuff whenever we have a socialist society. Everybody will be equal. That's not the way it works, man. Yeah, we'll all be equal. Equally in the dirt.
Friends with him. It's exhausting. It's lame. That's why he has fake friends. That's why he always cries about being all alone. That's why he's melting down at his community and everybody.
Oh my fucking god, I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on every single fucking day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate fucking streaming. I hate socialism.
I have no support from the Democrats. I have no support from the broader leftist movement who say I'm a fucking Zionist.
Meeting yesterday with high
I just got you
in my district.
My chat. That's it.
That is so sad.
I mean, it's your own fault, man. You created this miserable existence by surrounding yourself with nothing but fake people, complete lies, a man.
I'm so alone too. I got nobody around me. I'm so sad. All I have is my dog and my chickens and the people that I live with and my friends that I talk to. I'm so alone.
Manufactured story. I think it's time to drop the facade, man. Just be honest for once in your life. Face reality. Palpatine.
Bro actually needs to get some
the
chickens.
last thing Hassan sees before he's jailed by the U.S. government. I mean, he's actually being investigated for his talks with like state-sponsored terrorist orgs and his like relentless support for terrorists. So
I think once you become a farmer, you automatically become based. I think that he needs to get some chickens. He needs to get some chickens and some ducks and some guineas and some goats. Well, probably not the goats, because you know what he'll probably do with the goats.
So, like, that's actually a valid reason to be investigated. And, I mean, obviously saying that your own country deserved terrorist attacks or advocating for murder of your political opponents, that is definitely jail-worthy to me. Now, click this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all the support.
There's 2 videos there.
It's clearly making some people very annoyed. But, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Moving on! The usual suspected moron degen streamers are showing their asses to the world once more.
Welcome back to a series so hype. Even Palworld subscribed in today's video.
I need to get that game.
Hassan is now demanding an apology from Ethan.
Hey, by the way, if you want me to have that game, you should definitely donate. I got it linked down there in the description.
For suing his fellow orbiters and ruining their lives. Hassan's former top moderator Frogan has finally come out with a response to the lawsuits, and it is not looking good. A clip of Denims is going viral where she plays 60 minutes of a news broadcast uninterrupted at the start of every stream.
Oh, boy.
Queen of fair use, by the way.
Yeah, she needs to be careful doing shit like that, because there's one thing going up against Ethan Klein, it's another to go up against a news conglomerate.
Hassan continues his never-ending crash out over me, constantly talking about me almost every stream now. He reacts to fellow SlopTubers' sensitive society and starts making up a bunch of lies and defaming me. His fans are begging him to move on from the situation, but he's simply obsessed. He then goes after Sensitive, wondering if he violated any local laws. Pro is actually psycho.
He's just trying to get anybody and everybody arrested. Like, we're not even trying to do that to him. I mean, I'd love for that to happen, but we're not trying to get him arrested. He definitely should be, and deported.
Shock Collar saga continues, with Asman weighing in on the Hassan Ludwig XQC beef. YouTuber Shoonhead has responded as well. Subscribe, or you gotta deal with some massive man-child on the internet. The things I do for content.
The things I do for love.
Now let's begin. Right, so it looks like Hassan is now demanding an apology from Ethan for suing his fellow orbiters, and he claims he knows some behind-the-scenes things, and their lives are completely ruined, it seems like. Hassan says if Ethan Klein wants to change, he can start by apologizing to everyone he sued. Yeah, I love how anytime Ethan tries to make any concession, these guys will just like completely hound him, jump on him, say it's complete bullshit. I'm pretty sure even if Ethan apologizes, nothing is going to change. They're going to be like, oh, now you apologize after suing them. Like, they're not going to accept it at all.
Hassan, you're stupid if you actually believe Ethan is going to suddenly change. Did I say that? Did I even imply that? First of all, for Ethan to even begin the process of change and restitution, he has to, one, drop the numerous other lawsuits that are still ongoing, Morgan being one, Denims being another one, because he said he was going to pursue an appeal with Denims. I think there's like also random anonymous Redditors that he's trying to sue as well.
Good.
I think that there's that lawsuit too, so he needs to drop those.
I think the government needs to shut down Reddit. I mean, they did it to fucking Parler. They need to do it to Reddit.
To apologize to every single person he has sued. He needs to probably offer financial compensation to Caseytron for what he put Caseytron through. Okay? He's not going to do any of that.
And now Caseytron is in Twitch jail because she was drunk driving, and she should be in regular jail.
I don't think. He's on Stalin levels of paranoia. Yeah, 100%. I don't expect him to ever apologize to me. And to be honest, I don't care about him apologizing to me. Okay? He spent, obviously, even in all of these fucking frivolous lawsuits, he literally spent hours and hours and hours pouring into the paperwork to talk about how I'm like Adolf Hitler and shit like that. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds insane. And you're like, oh, why are you making this about you or whatever? But all of the fucking lawsuits were, you used your wealth. You used your unfathomable war chest, your unbelievable amounts of wealth to go after all of these people. and you ruined their fucking lives.
Good.
Maybe one day we'll be able to talk about the actual stuff.
They all support terrorism, so fuck them. Bro, the leftoids are actually starting to find out, and I love it, because they basically bought all of the media, and everybody figured it out, and started buying up the other media, and now a bunch of the media is just, they're all combining, and also being owned by people who like Trump. And I don't like Trump, but I fucking love that energy.
Stuff that happened on the background.
Right. Okay, so I don't really know what happened here, what could have possibly happened. You mean they were financially ruined, right? I mean, we already knew that, but they did set up a bunch of like GoFundMe so they could counteract that a bit. But you decided not to donate, so you know, you kind of played a part because you could have just saved them a lot of headache by donating your money. You chose not to because, I don't know, maybe selfish or something. I don't know what else he means that their lives are ruined. I guess their career prospects are probably ruined, but that's kind of their own fault for their inflammatory clips online if you say unhinged shit.
I think that he wants their lives to be ruined, so he can use that as justification for his audience to go after people and possibly do some violent shit in the streets.
Then obviously it's going to apply to the real world. And Casey's life was already ruined, to be honest. She got herself banned as well for, you know, supposed DOI or maybe something else, God knows. Frogan was also barely hanging on. She had a master's degree, but despite that chose to go streaming and just failed to make it as a career. And Denim seems like she's fine. Noah's fine as well. It got dismissed. I don't know. Maybe something happened behind the scenes. Maybe everybody hates them because they're massive liars or whatever. So then he says what Ethan is doing is Israel style, I guess. You know, classic.
So that they can go to charity. So these terms were, let's just call them inadequate, hard.
I would call them, you know, Israel style.
Wow.
Like the level of arrogance.
It was the Jews!
The sheer entitlement, the hubris. It is unfucking bearable, dude. Straight up
How
deploying
ironic.
the fucking money cannon at content creators he knows he can bully. So
love it.
narcissistic. He's getting a fraction of the comeuppance. And if he had any
Bullying is based, actually.
integrity, if he still had some semblance of
Bullying is how you get the weird kids to stop being weird.
his humanity that he hasn't lost, he would apologize for all of it. Not to me. I don't give a shit. You don't have to apologize to me, but apologize to every single person whose lives you fucking ruined. Okay? Because he did. He did. He ruined so many lives, dude. There's a couple of these like YouTube lawyers. Not Legal. Legal's awesome. I'm talking about all these other fucking weirdos that are insanely right wing, and they all grabbed onto this bullshit. Knowingly filing frivolous lawsuits against the rules of professional conduct. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe you could get his West Bank lawyer disbarred potentially.
Bro, what are you talking about? He wants to get the lawyer disbarred. Also, I'm confused. He ruined so many lives. Whose lives are you talking about? Frogan and Casey were already kind of cooked. I don't know who else you could possibly be talking about. Also, I don't know, man. I think you should be the change you want to see in the world. How about you start by apologizing to people whose lives you have tried to ruin, to people who you have defamed and slandered? I mean,
nobody's going to care because he supports terrorism.
You guys had this massive campaign against Ethan, basically harassing the crap out of him with you and your cronies. So, I don't know, maybe apologize for that. Don't you think you've gone a little too far yourself? Okay, Brian Piker. Classic. Moving on to an update with the Frogan lawsuit. Now, quick recap. Frogan was Hassan's top mod. She was his stream producer, and she said some, you know, pretty heinous things like U.S. veterans deserve PTSD.
I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
And she was sued for...
By the way, Fox News just talked about the 9/11 support that is going on in the leftoid spaces, the Democrat Party. It's not looking good for these freaks.
Copyright violations by Ethan from H3. Now she actually defaulted with no response, and she has finally responded now. Frogan announces that she has retained Denim's legal defense team and will continue to fight the Ethan Klein lawsuit. So she wants a piece of whatever happened.
She could have just apologized. That's all that Ethan wanted, was an apology. He literally said if they apologize, then he's going to drop everything. Casey Tron was smart enough to do that.
The Denims there. A statement, my lawsuit with Ethan Klein. Hi all, I know I've been quiet the last year with what has been happening with my lawsuit, but I can partially explain to you what I've been dealing with. TLDR, I hired Denim's legal defense. They'll be representing me going forward. I intend to continue to fight the lawsuit. Now on to the detailed version. Unlike what has been said and speculated, my previous legal defense has been in communication with Ethan's team since August 2025. During this time with Ethan's team, it was months and months of settlement negotiations.
It's already been a fucking year. Holy shit.
When you enter settlement negotiations, you are given a list of ways to potentially settle, which I ultimately disagreed with. After settlement negotiations failed, my case defaulted. So nothing was a lie. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what we were saying, that your case defaulted. After my case defaulted, I attempted to find a new lawyer. I've reached out and scheduled a meeting with Denim's legal team, and here we are. I've retained them, and they will be representing me going forward. I intend to continue to fight the lawsuit. Thank you for the continued support. Well, we knew that she was going to continue.
Even if Ethan doesn't win, I still love this man. At least she got bullied and probably is going to refrain from doing anything like what she did to get sued in the first place again, because she doesn't want to go through this for a whole fucking year again, and it's a lot of money. It's a lot of headache.
Continue to fight the lawsuit, considering she said that she'd rather be fucking tortured and have whatever nails, something to do with her nails, than actually apologize to Ethan.
I'd rather peel my toenails off one by one and pluck every single hair follicle I have than apologize to Ethan.
Ethan would only drop the lawsuit if she apologized, which is apparently never happening. We'll see. But as a layperson, I will say I'm a little confused. So you defaulted, meaning you lost. The only thing that was left to discuss was the damages. And now you have a new lawyer and you're going to fight it again. So like, I guess you're appealing the default, or like, what's going on here? I think it's just for damages since she defaulted already so that she doesn't have to pay the massive costs. If it's for a countersuit, she's stupid. Does Frogan not realize that she lost the lawsuit? Only thing that can be argued is how much she has to pay. Brilliant corporate spokesperson responding. I try to make it as accessible for dumbasses like you to understand. Given a list of ways to potentially settle. So the same kind of bullshit that Ethan attempted to get Noah and was able to get Casey trying to do. Do you want him to not give her ways to settle and just drain her financially until the end of time? I mean, obviously he's gonna ask for an apology, right? You got defaulted, come on now, take the L. Crush him. Good for you, Frogan, get his ass. The only thing she's getting is 12,000 Big Macs. Yeah, so I'm pretty confused what's going on here. I guess maybe the...
I don't even think she's gonna get 12,000 Big Macs. She's gonna start getting skinny, actually, because she can't afford anything anymore, because she's gonna have to pay Ethan.
Court might consider to reopen the default, or, you know, reopen the case or something like that if there was a justified reason for her defaulting, that, you know, she couldn't find a lawyer in time or something like that. I mean, I guess we just gotta wait some more and see what happens, right? So you guys remember how Denims won her lawsuit against Ethan regarding copyright, and she paraded around as the queen of fair use? Well, a very damning clip has just dropped where basically Denims is playing an hour of the news uninterrupted before her stream even starts.
She runs 70 minutes of Al Jazeera English at the start of every stream. That's
it's Al Jazeera.
unbelievable.
Yeah, she ain't getting sued.
All of
they're not gonna sue her.
these? 60 minutes.
Well,
60 minutes.
She's got an overlay like I do. That's transformative, right? Dude, that's the same shit that like anime posters used to do. I mean, like, this is fair use because I put an overlay on it.
65 minutes. 60 minutes. 65 minutes. 65 minutes. I can't believe
to be the sole
unreal. Holy shit.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the queen of fair use. The one who just won in court. Denims, who is parading around as this champion of fair use here, she ran an hour of somebody else's stuff uninterrupted while she puts starting soon, right? Now, if you don't know, starting soon is something streamers put at the start of their stream because you need about, 5 minutes to maybe set up your stream, turn on the lights, check the audio, set up the content, just get ready or whatever. But Denims is so fucking shameless. She put starting soon and an entire hour of the news is playing uninterrupted. She just went like, yeah, I'm just gonna steal their shit. Now, obviously, Al Jazeera is not gonna sue Denims here, and I think people understand why she was being sued, because, I mean, in my opinion, this is like as close to stealing as humanly possible. An hour uninterrupted. What the fuck is wrong with you? Before your stream starts, you can't even argue that, oh, you're making facial expressions or anything. That's a fucking loading screen. And just for reference, can you imagine if before every video even starts, right? Before I introduce every video, I put starting soon and I played an hour uninterrupted of Hassan streams. First off, all of you would fucking unsubscribe immediately because holy shit, nobody's watching that dog shit. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she might have won this specific lawsuit, this specific case, but she knows 100% what she was doing is completely wrong. It's completely disgusting. In my opinion, you are absolutely a content thief. Right, so it looks like Legal Mindset has responded to the Denim's lawsuit.
Oh, damn.
So, in my judgment here, Denim's lawyers made a very successful...
I guess I don't have to watch the Legal Mindset video now because more Pegasus has covered it.
Argument. She gets her win. She gets her day in the sun. She gets to take her moment. The real lesson that people should learn from this, and this is very important, is that fair use cases always have a high amount of unpredictability and can vary from judge to judge. So it's impossible. Even specialists, even people who know a lot about fair use,
Oh, this is
really
the old one.
focus on it. That's the thing.
I thought he talked about it again. No, I already reacted to this.
They do cannot call things precisely, right? It's not possible to do that. We make our best argument. We look at what might be good precedent or bad precedent in the future, just thinking about things holistically. But in this case, this came out in Denim's favor. Wasn't necessarily predicted by everybody. Some people were, once again, Denim's. Obviously, she wanted this to come out that way for obvious reasons, right? Everyone wants to win their own case. But I do believe, yes, it may be a bad precedent, right? I can disagree with that precedent, but I respect that judge's ruling. So I get it. That makes sense. And I can respect that judge's ruling and kind of take that and apply that to future cases. So it's kind of a learning lesson for future cases involving fair use and how to analyze them.
Yep, so that's that. I still think it's a pretty dumb precedent because we actually know what she does on stream, right? I guess playing these 60-minute uninterrupted clips, that was actually not being litigated, right? That was an entirely different thing, nothing to do with Ethan. But I think everybody knows why she actually got sued, considering she's doing stuff like that as well.
See, this is why I think that people should not be in places like California and New York, because whenever you try and sue somebody, or do anything legally for that matter, they're going to side with the most insane people.
Now, she may have won this one case, but, I'd still be pretty careful in the future because you can't be going around stealing content, right? She's definitely still completely lost in the eyes of the public because the argument was just not convincing enough to the rest of us, right? Anyways, you win some, you lose some, and we cover exactly what actually goes down. Her and the Hassan orbiters constantly kept saying, they're never going to talk about this. Literally talked about every single update, every single time. The tentative win, the update after that, her response, everything. Because we're actually just reporting what's actually happening, right? Now, if you happen to be losing 99% of the time, it looks like we're only shitting on you. But yeah, I mean, that's just the reality of the situation, People responded, doesn't this mean anyone can upload full movies as long as they have a cam and they sit quietly and say something every 15 minutes? I don't know, man. I'm not a copyright expert, clearly.
You kind of can.
Anyway, it seems like. And the thing is, on Twitch in
not the every 15 minutes thing, but like if you pause every minute or 2 or 5 with an the color bars overlay over it, and you do cuts and you have like muffled audio for whatever you're watching, you can do it. It's legal.
Particular, the rules are completely different. I mean, there was a whole meta where you would just steal a bunch of shows and watch them on stream, right? That was literally an entire meta, and everybody got called out for stealing, right? If even the fair use specialists are shocked, then it looks like the judge based his ruling on politics and not the law. Yeah, so this is something what people are saying. I mean, I'm not going to accuse them of anything because I don't know. But yeah, that is one of the theories, it seems like. And I think in general, obviously, the court is supposed to be, a neutral place where the law is actually being discussed and not like some side other factors. But because copyright is something that's so like specific to the case and specific to the opinion of the judge and everything, like 2 different judges could rule the completely opposite way in the situation. So yeah, it's one of those things where you're allowed to have that personal discretion. I wonder what they would say when they saw her fucking 60 minutes pre-stream news coverage or whatever. That would be, I guess the starting soon is very transformative, guys, obviously. Right, so it turns out Hassan is still obsessed with me and talking about Singapore, apparently. So super quick lore recap. He threatened to sue me. He brought up some unrelated laws, talked about having me caned, the death penalty for some reason. Obviously, this didn't work. The lawsuits didn't work at all, so he backed out completely, said it was a joke. He then went on a 1-hour rant about me and Singapore and how he wants the
Holy
government
shit,
to prosecute
dude.
me because I criticized a public figure. So I responded to him. He then responded to me back, had a 1-hour crash out again, declared me his like main enemy of his stream, which is fucking crazy, by the way.
The official designated Hasanabi villain of the month is more Pegaslop.
And now basically his entire community is obsessed with me. They mention me constantly, desperately want my attention.
Yeah, you better be careful, more Pegasus. These people are insane, and they will try and assassinate you or swat you or whatever, which is also just a form of attempted assassination.
And to be honest...
And by the way, if it actually does happen, if he does get assassinated, Hassan, he will probably pretend that he's sad, but his audience is going to know exactly what he's doing, and they're going to celebrate.
It's free content, I guess. So he tweeted this, right? Todd Blanche, blah, 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 blah. And then he's attached this image here. The Economist, the battle for Singapore. And it's him and me, I guess. And there's just like a war being waged or something. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? There is no battle. This is the weirdest meme ever. I don't know why him and his community find it so hilarious.
He's not going to win this. If he wants to go to war, it's a one-sided war. He won't win. It's like Iran trying to go to war with the United States. It just like doesn't work.
I guess they sort of know that they're not welcome at all, being, radical far-left commies and, a bunch of terror supporters or whatever. So it's just like this ironic fucking thing. Like this meme they're trying to do, but it's also got a bunch of like hidden dog whistles or whatever, which is very weird. People responded, "This has been the weirdest Hassan crash out by far. He faces mild criticism and immediately starts trying to get his critic caned." Yeah, I just don't know why he's so obsessed right now. Like, I've been trying to move on. I've been trying to say this, but they just conveniently ignore it, and they're like, "Oh, he just makes so many videos on you."
Yeah, he's just felt it, buddy.
I'm trying to move on right now, but you're purposely dragging me back in, and then I make a response video, and then all his deranged clippers are like, he made another 30-minute video about his son. Do I not respond to him? What is wrong with you? Also, I want to make this distinction clear. I'm a drama tuber. This is my job. This is what I always do, right? This is not his job. He thinks drama is completely beneath him. He's supposed to be a political commentator. So, I don't know. He gets really mad when you call him like a drama slop tuber, essentially. But that's basically what he is, isn't he? More Pegasus is breaking this guy like Shoanhead did. And all he does is play back the videos of his stupidity. I guess I make it more funny and entertaining, which he can't stand, right? Anyways, turns out he reacted to fellow slop tuber's Sensitive Society.
Fuck yeah.
And he basically just makes up a bunch of shit and just starts
I am a Sensitive Society fan.
lying repeatedly. This response is horrible.
I watch every Sensitive Society video.
Reason for a tragedy to happen. This is where it gets into dangerous territory. Wait, what? One crazy person in the Singaporean government? Like, what are we talking about?
No, I think everyone who's watching this video knows exactly what Hassan is trying to do here. Once again, it goes back to the half joking, half serious, and hoping one of these things sticks and the government could investigate Pegasus. But I mean, I'm no lawyer, I want to say that, but I don't think they're going to kill him live on stream on Twitch. He's trolling, but at the same time, he's...
Dog, more Pegaslop has been calling me a terrorist and a terrorist supporter for every single day for the last 2 years.
That's because you are, dude. And you keep doing it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, so literally never called him a terrorist. So another classic case of lying is OP.
I called him a terrorist leader because he's not performing the terrorism himself, but he wants others to do it.
Hassan, I know you already know this, but you're purposely being disingenuous because, you're a dishonest scumbag. People call you a terrorist supporter because that's 100% accurate, as evidenced by multiple clips publicly available to everyone, and you constantly doubling down on your support for them. Also, we all know why he lumps these two very different things together, because he knows one of them he can defend and one of them he cannot. So he might as well just exaggerate the criticism as much as possible and make his haters look crazy, when obviously we are simply just speaking facts, and ironically, he's the one always defaming, always slandering.
Yeah, he can't handle facts, though. He's a liar. He always lies. So whenever facts come up, he crashes out.
So then the king of jokes here fails to understand a joke.
Like, I can't even joke about it. I can't even joke about it a little bit. We can't
You're
even
bad
we
at
can't even crack jokes.
Right. I don't think Pegasus has reported Hassan to the U.S. government. I think he talks about it, but I don't think he's ever directly tried to DM Trump. Be like, yo, Trump, could you hook me up?
He
so
should.
This guy, Hassan, he gotta go. I don't think he's doing that. And if he has, based Pegasus.
Right.
But Hassan.
Oh, so he's not doing that. You're suspecting I'm doing that, but if Pegasus was doing that, then that would be base. Got it. I like that these guys are just so one fucking speed where they just contradict themselves in real time, in broad daylight, in the same commentary, in a
Dude, leftoids, they just projecting constantly, dude. Holy shit. They tell us who they are and what they are all the time.
1 minute and 24-second video.
Yeah, number one joke understander here. See, the difference is we know that it's so far-fetched that we would never even dream of something like that. But the reason you get called out for it, despite the fact that you say you're joking, is because you're documented lying multiple times, and because your fan base is completely freaking crazy. Like when people unironically accuse your chat of, spamming hearts for a terrorist, it is just insane.
Yeah, and you know that they'll do the same thing if more Pegasus gets assassinated by one of Hassan's crazed fans.
Behavior. So there is known nutty people in your fan base, which is why your jokes are very irresponsible and could be considered potential dog whistles. The same standards don't apply to people who have sane and reasonable fan bases. So then he proceeds to call us right-wingers and, make the whole thing political as always.
Over the last few months, years, we know how obsessive fans get. We know the political climate.
Wait. What I don't understand, Soy Right is awesome. I love when right wingers literally even jokingly receive like a fraction of pushback and they straight up turn around and they're like, "Oh my God, you want to murder me?" How does this work?
He's not going to deny it.
How does this work at all? Like, if you've obsessively made videos twice a day for like the last 300 plus days or 150 plus days. I don't know if you've made daily videos, because I think the number of videos that he's made on me is more than 400 now. And in those videos, he's calling me a terrorist. In those videos, he's slandering me, defaming me.
Wow.
Sue him then, pussy.
I mean, he literally got everything wrong there. I mean, where do I begin? I guess first off, twice a day. Buddy, you know my upload schedule. You're watching every single video. You know I don't upload twice a day. I guess you got me mixed up with your buddy Asmongold or something, but don't worry, I don't got that streamer schedule, all right? Once a day is already plenty enough for me, and even that's too much sometimes. At least these days. Second off, he's once again lying about the terrorist thing again. Third off, 400 videos, objectively false. Now, the legendary series has 400 videos. They're not all about you, though, and you would know this if you opened your eyes and actually looked at them. Also, what people don't understand is that almost every time I talk about him is usually him talking about someone else. Even right now, the only reason we're talking about him is because he's talking about me. Right? It's a response to him. So basically every time he's engaged in some drama, right? And this is like a response by somebody else, and then I am just covering the situation. Like I'm the news host covering the two, creators fighting or whatever. So I don't even know how I'm ever in the crossfire here, but it seems like, I guess because I get a lot of views, right? That's the main reason he's mad, because I'm vlogging him or something. I don't know.
You're making money off of him being a complete retard. And he does not like that.
So the situation always starts with him. It's him crashing out at, Asmongold, Ethan, whatever. And then I just report on the story. And somehow that makes me wrong. This is delusional. So then his chatters beg him to actually move on, actually do something else, go back on topic, go talk about your politics, instead of obsessing over slop tubers and drama. But he cannot help it.
There's so much other shit going on. Talk about Clav or something. Why do you guys get so mad? I have 40 ships waiting, stuck at sea, waiting for a resolution. Stop. There's so much other shit going on. Talk about Clav or something. Gold. This guy is literally ADHD brain. But yeah, it's funny that he's saying that like the 2 times where, or what? How many times have I mentioned him now? Like 5? Like the 5 total times that I've mentioned him on stream. after 400 plus videos, and he's like, well, you want to murder him.
No, you don't. You know that's not it. You know that you don't want to murder him, but you would like one of your fans to, or you don't care that they do.
So what does more Pegaslop want to do then? To me, what does more
See, he's not fucking denying it.
Pegaslop want to do to me then?
He wants you deported and arrested.
With the 400 plus videos that he's done, I mean, he is clearly a
once you banned for terrorism support,
significantly large audience.
Yeah, that is just ridiculous. Obviously, I don't want anything to happen to him. I've stated 1 billion times with explicit disclaimer.
Well, we do want things to happen to him, just nothing violent, except for maybe like the monopoly of violence against him.
Over and over. You can keep lying about it, obviously. Also, he's definitely talked about me way more than 5 times, right? Any mention of like, any pseudo mention of like slop tuber, drama tuber, political centrist, apolitical person, that's all referring to me. We all know this. Also, you're the one who brought up the death penalty and beatings and all of that. I think you were reading the shit out of all of that. That was you. That's the reason we're even talking about this, because you're unhinged. In none of my videos have I ever like unpromptedly talked about the death penalty or anything, and that's the reason why it's different. You might have talked about me lesser, but yours was explicit harassment, explicitly even bringing up those specific Twitter accounts and stuff. Mine was commentary. That's the difference. So then he starts going after Sensitive, I guess, you know, subtly hinting at finding where he is and his local laws.
Hassan has been a lot more extreme. I just don't want this to escalate.
What is this? Sensitive Society has too many Hassan videos to count. Here are a few. Bye-bye Hassan. More Pegasus came all over Hassan and he's mad. Lawsuit. Hassan just got exposed big fucking time. Yeah, I don't really know who the fuck this guy is, but...
Now you do. And he does know who he is. He's fucking lying.
Wonder if he's violating his local rules.
Wow.
Bro, you're such a freak. I mean, he finds this so hilarious, by the way. Just like sending his audience...
Yeah, he knows his audience is going to actually go and try and dox this guy.
...on these missions to harass people. It's so weird, man. Like, this is always going to backfire like it always does. You know what you're doing. You know it's scummy. That's why you're laughing like a maniac. I mean, I guess I'll let Sensitive respond to this, but what an odd thing to do. Now, apparently he's also doing his old, like, Singapore meme with multiple camera angles. Dude, this is some unhealthy stuff right here.
Is the only thing I think about. It's the only thing I think about. And guess what? Things have gotten a lot stranger as of late because I want to do business in the beautiful nation state of Singapore, but there is something
that is still
stopping me from doing business in the beautiful nation state of Singapore. That is more Pegaslop. That's right, more Pegaslop, who consistently slanders my good reputation in Singapore. Fix this problem right now, and my heart is yours, okay? My business is yours. More importantly than my heart, which has always been with you, my business, my cold, hard cash and dollars, that will be with you, Singapore.
Dude, his fake laugh is so fucking cringe.
City state, not nation state, but a nation state in my heart nonetheless. That's right.
35, by the way. 5 years old. Your mom is asking...
I thought he was 42.
Asking you to get married, have kids, settle...
I'm going to say that every time anybody ever brings up his age. But yeah, the kid thing. He's so fucking lonely. His brain is broken.
Down. Instead, you're like, no, mom, I need to be terminally online 10 hours a day. I need a beef with Pegasus on the internet. I need to talk about some random... I need to talk about Singapore some more. Like, buddy, this is an evidence of your failure in life. It's time to pack it up. You were supposed to be a political streamer, a revolutionary, and now you've disgraced yourself. You're down in the drama depths, man. What are you doing? Right, so the shock collar controversy continues. Asman has weighed in on the Hassan, Ludwig, and XQC beef, and it all goes back to the fateful day Hassan made Kaya cry. Asman explains why Ludwig likely flipped on Colorgate, and mocks Hassan for what shows up on his top Google searches.
It's actually crazy to me. Guys, we're still on this. Hassan claims it was a vibration collar.
Hassan shocked his dog. The story doesn't need much introduction. Hassan's dog, Kaya, appeared to yelp on stream when he reached for something on his desk, and the internet exploded with speculation that he used a shock collar on her. Hassan...
Maybe skip this one? No, I mean, I don't care at this point. This is fucking bullshit.
Everybody thinks that you zapped the dog, man. Oh my god, it's right there, isn't it?
Oh, holy shit. Hang on. So when you search Hassan Piker on Brave, you get his Wikipedia page for one. Sure, Wikipedia pops up first. But right under that is the ADL. Hassan Piker is a prominent Twitch streamer and political commentator who has a history of rhetoric that sanitizes violence.
And he moves it off. Dude. And do you remember Destiny...
That face, though.
What about the decision
that is a thumbnail.
to shock the dog, though? And what about the decision to enter that brothel, though? You shot your dog, and it's fucking obvious. Everybody knows it.
I mean, it's gotta bother him on some level.
It does.
That, like, if you search Asmongold, you get, and to be fair, you also get room. And when you search Hassan, you get dog. I mean, I bet he's mad.
What about the one where he pulled the dog backwards by its tail? Was he role-playing fucking Mario in Mario 64 with Bowser when he spins him around with the tail? I mean, what's the justification?
He was crying last week.
You're not the dog shocker. You're the dog Zeus. You're the Zeus. You're the master of lightning. What it is, and then the flip is odd. It's odd. I mean, I think it's absolutely odd.
It's because the reason why Ludwig flipped is he didn't want Hassan to try to mobilize his audience to harass him and to attack his sponsors. Ludwig doesn't really care about this issue, and he will always take the path of least resistance that is the most financial.
He wants money. Yep. That's right.
Financially and most basically longevity-induced career decision, that's fine for him to do that, but that is what he's doing. He will take the path of least resistance.
It is fucking pathetic.
He doesn't want to have these people calling him a Nazi, calling him alt-right or anything else, because that would be...
What a pussy. People call me that all the time, and I'm supposed to be on the left. I am technically on the left, but I get pushed over to the right all the time because of people like Hassan Piker and his audience.
Like Hassan and like the people that are...
Like, people call me a Nazi all the time. I'm like, Nazis are fucking pussies, dude. They couldn't get their agenda pushed, so they had to kill everybody. Like, what a bunch of bitches, man. And then America comes in, and we just fucking end that goddamn war. I mean, we didn't do it alone, but when we came in, everything changed.
Around him engage in just an insane amount of defamation, and they try to mobilize it to the highest degree possible. And that puts partnerships that he has potentially at risk, and he just made a decision based off of that.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that Hassan engages in harassment so that his fellow streamers are actually scared to criticize him? There's no way. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd probably be thinking twice too, because I wouldn't want to have this lunatic just after me, trying to defame me constantly and try to ruin my career. Now, unfortunately, that ship has already sailed for me, but luckily I'm not a streamer. My revenue isn't dependent on the approval of idiots or fitting into the streamer Hollywood. Rather, I got my own separate community entirely. But if he's doing this to me all the way over here in Singapore, then imagine what he'd do to a guy who is in actual physical proximity to him, right? Imagine the level of like gaslighting, manipulation, harassment, and pressure actually being put on someone like Ludwig. So honestly, at this point, I totally understand why Ludwig folded during the Shock Collar saga.
And he also just doesn't want his co-workers, his fellow streamers, to blacklist him. He doesn't want to get blacklisted by his fellow streamers because they're all stuck on Hassan's dick because Hassan has Twitch by the balls.
I still don't respect it at all, but he seems like he did have a valid reason, right? People responded, imagine having to alter video titles and thumbnails and remove them because you're worried your friend will send his audience to attack you. Ludwig would get more respect if he had a backbone. This also includes having QT leaving the Fure and podcast. Yeah, it was just brought to my attention that podcast makes like $100K a month on Patreon and probably more on YouTube.
That's insane.
And I totally understand why QT is not leaving that podcast, and I guess any morals are completely put aside because
I can't fucking stand these people, man.
The greater goal here is obviously money. When I search Asmon on Google, my top 2 results are Asmon necked his mom and Asmon is a PDF file. Yeah, that's totally real, man. You totally didn't just completely make that up. The dirtbag left. So you're basically saying your Hassan Glazer, like a radical lefty, basically. Sounds about right. Behind the scenes in the LA streamer scene, they all fear the hate mob that is Hassan's fan base. Dr. K confirmed it. Yeah, we all know this. This is an open secret for everybody except Hassan's.
Even I get these fucking hate mob freaks every once in a while whenever I bring up Hassan. I guarantee you that I'm going to get some comments. Maybe not on YouTube because I don't get much traction on YouTube, but on the other platforms that I'm on, there's probably going to be some freaks.
Community.
With the creators that I've worked with, there are a handful of communities that they're really scared of, and Hassan's is one of them. And I think it has something to do with his size, his rigidity, and the tribalism of his community, right?
And the terrorism support.
There's an us versus them.
Right, so it turns out YouTuber Shoeonhead, the person who actually made Hassan start wearing a bunch of suits on stream, she actually commented on my video, and she talked about...
Well, really, it was Nick Fuentes, but yeah. Yeah, Shoeonhead definitely made that even more prominent.
About the dog situation. The shot collar thing is so funny because, okay, let's grant him it was a vibration collar. Why the fuck would you be vibrating your dog to stay in the same tiny spot for hours while you stream? Why couldn't the dog get up and move a little bit?
And why are you still using a, in quotes, a vibration collar?
What if the dog was hungry or thirsty and had to go to the bathroom? Oh, there was a clip about that as well, where she was staring at Hassan, licking her lips, you know, trying to get his approval to actually go. The colors of focus, but it's almost irrelevant here. Big question everyone's asking him is why wasn't the dog simply allowed to move? Yes, so that is a very important factor. But the reason the color is so important is because it's captured on camera and he lied about it, right? And that's what people want to...
He lied about it 9 times.
Illustrate that he's a pathological
he kept changing
liar,
his story,
like constantly doubling down about it. And yes, if we wanted to hyperfixate on the dog situation, then yes, the bigger issue is why do you force it to, you know, stay
Yeah, I remember the first thing he said when that came out. It was AI.
in that spot for so long, potentially hours, right? Of course, Kaya can't leave the place. It would shatter the illusion that Hassan has full control over everything and trained her perfectly. I like how he actually had to, like, straight up change his camera angle ever since this incident. Also funny that a bunch of videos came out showing him mistreating dogs, but he only talks about the one he thinks can be dismissed. Even that one can't be dismissed, but let him address the tail pulling video. Yeah, there is...
Yeah, also, that same dog right there, he was using a spike collar with an open wound on its neck. That's absolutely fucking disgusting. Dude, like, I usually don't actually get pissed off, but whenever it comes to dogs and, like, the abuse of dogs, because dogs are my best friends, man. I fucking love dogs. This shit pisses me off. I want this motherfucker deported. I want him arrested and deported, and wherever he's deported to, he gets put into a maximum security prison like fucking Venezuela or something, where he can't even lay down on the ground without being skin-to-skin contact with somebody else that is also having to lay on the ground. And it's cold, and there's bugs crawling around. That's what this motherfucker deserves.
No response to that, right? Instead, when that clip is pulled up, you get Pokimane saying, "Mods!"
Come here. Hey.
Mods? Do I have mods?
And, of course, he'll just ignore it until the end of time. Whenever I post this, they stop replying or they keep changing the topic. Never show a Hassan fan the truth. They will fucking spontaneously combust. Now, click this video.
Dude, the system is rigged for all of these freaks to just perpetually make money and have audiences that are retarded, but still, they have audiences, and the only way that can happen is they get propped up, because who's actually watching these fucking freaks, man? Who's naturally watching these people? Who naturally gravitates to them? Deport them all! If you're anti-American and you support terrorism, and all of it is just for money, go fuck yourself, man. You don't belong here. I don't care if you're American. A lot of people are like, you can't deport Americans. Well, not yet. Moving on. Valkyrie and Senna are just so stunning and brave.
Guys, everything you've been living for has finally amounted to this moment. Your dreams have come true. That's right. Senna and Valkyrie are officially professors at Streamers University. Okay, honestly, I have no idea what Streamers University is, but let's check out the comments. Right at the top, we've got so freaking corny.
Streamer University is so a bunch of fake retards. They're trying to get famous, is really what it comes down to. They're not good enough to actually get famous themselves. So they're trying to get propped up by Kai Cenat, and it doesn't work. You have to actually be entertaining.
University is just an event for these weirdos to play dress up and live out their fantasies of being cool in high school.
Yep.
And how complaining and showing cleavage gets views 101. All right, hold on a second. Maybe the quote tweets will be better for Valkyrae and Cinna. Let's see how public reception's going there. 45,000 likes on this tweet that reads, "Is dressing up like a schoolgirl at 34 not insane? There's professors? So this is actually a real thing? I'm crying. If you actually watch this, you are actually less than cattle, a broiler chicken that spends its days pecking around in a completely dark house, only to be eliminated for its meat after 9.
Like, who is watching this shit? I don't even get how somebody like Kai Cenat has an audience. I mean, I guess he does things. He does, like, entertaining things. He's kind of entertaining, but he's a fucking moron, dude.
9 weeks is worth more to the planet and humanity than you." Little bit of duality in this response that reads, "Streamer University is stupid, but Cinna, so fine, man." And then a full-on supporter would say, "Yes! Hopefully I can be up there one day too. Men are so mad about this and are probably gay too." I think that's a beta account though, actually. Now that I see their username, like Warden of Highguard. Warden of Highguard, yeah, right. Okay, here's a supporter. Here's a fan that I don't think is bait. This one's probably real. It says, "I don't like all the hate Valkyrae's getting. TF? She's not even a thirst trap type of person. I bet she just thought the outfit was cute. Bye." And here are the included pictures specifically. That's the Valkyrae, or no, that's the Cinna one. Sorry, that's the Cinna one.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Here's the Valkyrae one. Yeah, so Cinna, Valkyrae. And that's the latest.
Yeah, there's no difference. They're all the same fucking people. They all say the same shit. They're all uninteresting. They don't actually have any interests or hobbies or anything. They're all just streamers. They're woman streamers. There's a difference between a streamer who is a woman and a woman streamer, because they just are fucking stupid ass bitches. Well, damn, that was a really short video, less than 2 minutes. Why wasn't this a short? Well, probably because he wanted to get actual views. That's it. That's all for now. Leave a like. Goodbye. Get the fuck off my spaceship.